Okay, so I had almost forgotten that there was only 28 days in February, so I wanted to get your personal read video out to you. And I'm going to use the new Goddess deck too because I love it so much, and see sort of what messages are going to be translated. And it's Colette's new Goddess deck. It's really powerful. The messages are beautiful because I feel like we're all trying to step into spring with ease, right? We really just want a relaxed time of things. Winter can be taxing in the form of, if you live in a cold climate, you know, you have to dig out snow. There's so many things that happen that are just a little much. So spring is lighter and breezier, and I really got to say that March has some magic coming to it. So let's first, I'm going to choose 2 goddess cards for some energy before the tarot because I really like these. So let's see. Oh, look at that. So you have Bridget for creative spark, which I love. That's one of my favorite cards. And I've got to tell you, nothing makes time go more faster. Oh, look at that. And then you also have Branwen, forgiveness. I'm having a lot of clients approach me right now and ask, Melanie, if this person said and did this, that, and the other, should I be forgiving of them, or should I just clear them out of my life? And I'll just leave that down here. I was just clearing the altar of energy because I just did a public read. And the information that I give them is, listen, we do teach others how to treat us. So if it wasn't super harmful, what you can say to them, listen, I've distanced myself from you because of this energy that you were projecting towards me. I feel like it drained me. I feel like, you know, friendships shouldn't have so many hardships or second guessing. Like a lot of friends, they don't even realize they become critical of us, and they think it's funny, or just because they're close to us, they can say that. But nonetheless, who are they to criticize us? We in turn get defensive when that happens, right? And we will start to diminish the time that's spent with people that do to that, whether knowingly or not, because you know, we want people to bolster us and lift us and make us feel good. So let's see what Bridget has to say. Inspiration and imagination are yours to play with right now. You effortlessly connect to your inner creative spark and make meaningful and beautiful experiences for yourself and others. Take advantage of this fruitful time. When you are in tune, it's like taking a magical trip to the land of the fairy. We are where all that glitters is really gold, and in your life it seems like a grand artistic gesture is happening. The fiery Celtic goddess of creativity calls you to play with the artistry in your life, your work, and your loves. Bridget is whispering in her sparkling music deep in your soul. Are you listening? That's so beautiful. And this card, this woman looks like my mother's sister, Irene. So when I saw it, I was so taken by this card. And Aunt Irene had really light blue eyes and red hair, and she was the most magical person with children. Like she had like acre upon acre in Maine. I mean, you couldn't walk all her acreage that she had, and there was huge pine trees and moose and bear and mountains and blueberries and rivers, and part of her estate included this thing called Mud Mountain, and you could slide down this huge naturally forming mud. It was just crazy. It was magic. But I always thought of her as one of the most creative people ever. She could have dozens and dozens of kids in her house spot and in her house, and she'd keep them all busy, and children gave her energy, and this goddess reminds me of that. So let's see what Branwen has to say about forgiveness. And finding that is one of the most simplest ways to ease our load in life is by forgiveness, right? It can become a heavy weight to bear when we relive grudges too, right? When we're like, oh, I can't believe he or she did that. How dare they? And then we replay it over and over in our head, right? And it's exhausting. I'll give you a little point of reference. I worked with a narcissist that never wanted to work, was always causing chaos. She was like an absolute insane person. And before I really connected with what her condition was, I was like bringing that energy home and saying to my family, you would not believe what this crazy person did, and she's trying to get everybody in trouble, and she walks right by her coworkers and never even says hello unless they're management, and she thinks she can gain something from it. Seriously, we drag that energy around, and finally I said, you know what, she has nothing to do with my life other than I encounter her at work, but I can work around that. And that's the thing we have to realize. If somebody has harmed us, we release that, right? It's very important. So here's the empowerment message. Sometimes life invites us into conditions that challenge us to the core. As a Celtic goddess, Branwen forgave those who caused her own death by a broken heart. She asks you to set yourself free from the seeds of resentment that will surely choke the life out of your dreams. We are wounded by others and weave stories about our hurts and losses that live on in our hearts and minds. We come to distrust the potential of love and connection. No matter what your story or when it began, forgiveness is the key to freedom here. Forgiveness allows mending and repairing, opening the heart to give and receive. If you need to forgive yourself or others, now is the time to do it. Keep your heart open and you can begin again. Only beauty, freedom, and treasures are found in the spirit of forgiveness. The goddess Branwen is here to support you. And then when you want to become in alignment with this, we unintentionally cause hurt or pain to others. Sometimes our motive is really not to hurt them, but now's the time for self-inventory and making amends. Your alignment task can just be accountable for your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, motives, and actions. You're not doing this to experience forgiveness from someone else or even from yourself. It's just to have the strength and fortitude to be accountable and take responsibility for your actions. So sometimes we just go, yeah, that did happen. You know what I mean? Some people go into such high deniability that it's exhausting to deal with people like that, right? Oops. That went flying. I can't stop this and restart it and have it work good, so I just have to have that bit of crazy in there. It's really funny with this specific device, and I also forgot to put it on airplane mode, so I'm hoping that nobody interrupts this video, because I might. You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to pause this and then do it in a two-part thing, because the whole video can get lost if somebody calls my phone. So one moment.